Yo, 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 yo. Nakama Worldwide, welcome back to Conqueror's Haki Corner. It is your boy Serge.
Yo.
It's your boy Rhodes.
Exactly.
And it is your boy Vim. And we are back again bringing you another One Piece discussion. We're going to discuss with you today the Yonko First Commander rankings. Rank.
But before we do that, smash the subscribe button. It's that red one. Click it right now. Leave a like on the video. And don't hesitate to get into this discussion and give us yours when you comment down below. But
who are we going with first, Serge? Talk to me.
Well, I think let's preface this for everybody. And
yeah?
a commander that we saw from a former Yonko that went all out, just to understand what we kind of expect from a Yonko commander, is Marco the Phoenix.
100%.
Correct?
100%.
No longer a Yonko First Commander, he's now the lead of the flipping Whitebeard crew. But we remember when we introduced him at Marineford, he was able to fight with admirals on a one-on-one basis. We saw him kick it with Kizaru and Aokiji, and he held his own. The only time he took a hit was twice. One when he was caught off guard by distraction because he was trying to, I think, defend someone else like Luffy or someone. And obviously, what we are not surprised with is when Garp decided I'm going to hit you so hard that your devil fruit ain't going to work.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, and also when he had the sea stone cuffs, and that obviously negates his ability to regenerate as a phoenix. Marco is powerful though. I think what complements is the phoenix part to it, but the fact that he could go on par and brush off Kizaru and say to him, and this is one of my favourite lines, you can't just come for the king's head. You've got to go through
not
the
just
ranking.
that, something that is obviously subjective as well when it comes to Marco the Phoenix. You got to remember, although he was defeated in this case, we don't know what happened, but he went for the Revenge Wars where he took the remainder of the Whitebeard pirates to fight the Blackbeard pirates, and you can only assume that he took on Blackbeard himself.
Yeah.
Obviously lost, but he's fighting a Yonko. So I don't imagine, I would not picture that fight to be completely one-sided, but he would have got beaten. Blackbeard is a little bit too strong for him, but this is what we mean. Yonko First Commander is a legit title, and it doesn't come lightly.
100%.
So without further ado, there's 4, and a lot of this is subjective because there are many uncapped characters, but this was our perspective, and we're going to let you know. So in at number 4, I had Shiryu. Now we're throwing in him first because technically we've done our research. He's only the commander of the second ship, and the first ship is Jesus Burgess. However, in the context of the story, we presume he's going to be an opponent for Zoro, who is the first mate of Luffy. So at least by that point of the story, we perceive him to be the first commander of the Blackbeard Pirates. Now, what do we know about Shiryu? We know he's a great swordsman. He was indicated at the time, pre-time skip, that he was on the level of Magellan. Even though Magellan subdued him, we don't know how that fight would have gone, whether he would have been expecting it. And Magellan had that unique ability of poison. If you put him off guard, and it's no disrespect to lose to Magellan, because Blackbeard took a hiding from him too.
He took out the whole crew. So, but Shiryu being the head jailer of Impel Down, and then being taken out, but then being recruited, his darkness inside of him makes him that much more powerful in himself, because his evil is on par with the evil of Blackbeard's mentality. And that's what's scary about that individual, because how far they go for that evil, you can't really comprehend, because you don't know what they'll do. And we've heard what they've done. Killed a lot of people with devil fruits.
And he's got the invisibility fruit now. And since the emergence of Haki in the story, one can only safely assume that he will have a great degree of armament Haki. So we had him come in at number 4 because we're going to go in terms of how the Yonko crews are right now. Also, what seems to happen right now is the Blackbeard Pirates aren't really directly having a lot of conflict with people that are going to be a challenge to them. What they're doing is they beat the people they know they can beat, and in the process, they collect powers, and as they level up and they're ready, they go for other people. So, although we have him at number 4, we fully expect him to be somewhere higher along the list as the story progresses. Number 3, who other than Katakuri, Linlin's son.
Man, this is a difficult one though. I didn't like it, but Luffy fought on par with Katakuri.
Yep.
But that being said, Katakuri was the first 1 billion?
He was the second 1 billion guy we saw. First one was Jack. And he's the third strongest in his crew.
And this is where you got the third strongest being someone over 1 billion, and then Katakuri, who is the first strongest, being over 1 billion. Bounties are respective, but having someone like Luffy, who's still not on that level yet, and we're giving him time, but to be fighting on par with him and taking the licks, Katakuri has either not shown us everything, or we're not gauging how strong he really is, because it should have taken him, wiped him out straight away, to be honest.
I mean, the thing is, so the perception on Katakuri is we're not necessarily saying that he would necessarily lose to other guys. However, it's very important to pay attention to the dialogue we got in his fight with Luffy. As Luffy was fighting him and figured him out, he said, okay, so first abilities, Awakening, absolutely amazing. He's got the Mochi Mochi no Mi, he's great at fisticuffs, he's got very strong armament Haki, and he's very smart. And
his observation is there.
Well, see, this is the thing.
Of the future,
they highlighted one of his strongest attributes to be his observational Haki, the ability to witness the future a few seconds. However, as Luffy gave the dialogue, he says, the only reason you're so good is because you don't have to dedicate so much to everything else because you see so far ahead. So my perception of Katakuri is he's a tactical fighter and he has to be. It's not raw power. You understand? So Katakuri would struggle against some of the top tier guys. I don't think armament Haki is the strongest forte. I think although the berry bounties, the bounties and berries are not necessarily indicative always based on pure strength, but somewhat there is. I think the fact that he is closer to the third in the Beast Pirates than he probably is to the first, who I think, what did King come in at? I think they gave his bounty. I mean, we're going to check that for you, but it was somewhere in like the region of 1.5. So I think there's quite a disparity, and King seems smart as well. So we had to give number 3 to Katakuri based on that. And last and certainly not least, the reason why we had to do that, that's when he was introduced to us. Oda seems to bring the hype a bit more later. Yeah,
it's true. Another thing is one thing you just mentioned, his observation is there, but there was at a point where he said to Big Mom, something's about to happen, but I'm not able to stop it. So it's all good seeing the future, but if you can't stop the future, what's the point?
And again, he might get stronger as the story goes. Yeah, he wasn't killed off.
Yeah, there's levels to this. Whatever don't kill you makes you so.
But that's why we have a number 3 for now. In at number 2. Now, before we get into the 2 and 1, remember we don't know enough about these people.
100%.
A lot of it is predicated on hype, but I'm gonna give my reason why when we get there. But number 2 is none other than King. Now, the reason why it had to be King is we've seen more of him than we've seen of number 1, but he took out Big Mom's ship with Big Mom on it.
Easy.
Big Mom, she had the second command of Smoothie, and we all know that her crew is quite strong, like individually. Even though it was a cheap attack and it wasn't a direct contact, she couldn't stop him.
No, none of them could. None of them could ever predict or even point out that, oh, we're about to be attacked, our ship's about to topple over. There was no way of them stopping someone doing that.
Absolutely.
When they should have all been aware of that could have potentially been happening as well.
Absolutely. And he's obviously got a strong, I don't think we've clarified, but he's going to have a strong zone devil fruit.
No, he's not zone, he's a pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl zone. He is also from a specific race of people that seem to be highly wanted. There's a reason why Big Mom was trying to fish him into her crew. And the last time, which we recently saw, when someone is fishing someone into their crew, is usually because they're strong. Oden. So, but let me correct myself. It was more to do with completing her race.
Yeah, it's true. She wants a utopia world too.
But he's a very, very strong guy. Took out the ship.
She might even want to have a kid with him.
Hey! She will. He's not related to her. Why not?
Why not?
I mean, she obviously still has an appetite. And imagine her having a kid with him, what that would be. Absolutely crazy. Also, we can presume that he has King's Haki. If he's the number 2 in the Beast Pirates, and Kaido himself said when Luffy was unconscious, we've already got a crew full of conquerors, we don't need another one. And I'll say right now, I think all of the all of the Beast Pirates, Kaido's team, the top 3 all-stars, calamities, whatever you want to call them, I'm going to go out and say I think they all have King's Haki.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think the way Kaido viewed them is they're all above Kid and Luffy, and he said a crew full of conquerors. So 100%. It's more becomes a discussion as to what do you think he will be. So obviously he can fly, he's his own beast. He's the WildFire, so he's going to be some kind of flame cutting, and there's a lot of theories as to Zoro's going to learn how to cut fire in Wano. He's a swordsman. There's a lot to do with King. There's a lot of hype, and he came in at number 2. Number 1, none other than Beckman himself.
Beckman.
We had to go with Beckman for several reasons. The first and foremost reason, I don't know if you were intimidated. Were you intimidated when he stepped to Kizaru with that gun?
Don't move.
Jesus.
Obedience.
Obedience.
Now, we can be subjective again, you know, Kizaru was caught off guard. Maybe he knows that he's at such a level that I just can't freely get away. But that says something in and of itself. When the redhead pirates attended Marineford, that was a crew of 10 people, and a whole army didn't want to fight them.
It's true.
The Blackbeard pirates didn't want to fight them.
The whole system, everyone just stopped and froze and said,
Kainu calmed down.
okay, let's all listen and let's hear what he has to say. A man of reason. But a man of reason and a powerful crew. They all said this, and whoever wants to go, let's all go now. Crazy.
What tipped it over the edge for us to give him the number 1 was in the recent chapter 957 when we received the Yonko bounties and we were receiving technical analysis on the structure of the Yonko crews. It was said that Shanks' crew is the best balance across the board. He has the best commanders. So our kind of interpretation of that is that someone like a Ben Beckman could actually be just beneath or close to Yonko level. He's the same way I personally view
Zoro and Luffy.
Zoro and Luffy. See, I don't think that there's a big gap. I almost don't even like to entertain a strength dispute between them. I just kind of respect that they're different. But for story purpose, we say Luffy's number 1, Zoro's number 2, but it's close. He follows the structure of Shanks and Gold Roger's crew as it appears. Same with Rayleigh and Roger. So it's only right to presume that Beckman will be quite close to Shanks. Not quite, but you know. And again, this is subjective. We don't know yet, but the fact is we don't know nothing about him, so that must be for a reason. But
you're right. But this is where you guys can let us know what you guys think, because whatever perspective you guys have, we may be missing something. And I'm looking at it from an angle, the same as Sergio, I'm thinking, now when they mention Ben Beckman, you can see the spine and the shivers going down there. So we're taking that as no, there must be a bigger case to it. So you let us know what you guys think.
Man would have gone.
He told Kizaru moving, Kizaru as jokingly as he said, oh, Ben Beckman. But you could tell his face was shocked. He didn't know what to do at that point. So
let us know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button. Leave a like on the video. We appreciate you every single time. But until next time, from Conqueror's Haki Corner, it's a
peace out.